Start when you start, Nathan.
So today I'm going to talk to you about the history and influences of Vlad III Dracula.
Click next on your slide, maybe that'll help you.
Here is a map of Europe in the year 1400 and the year 2000, provided by Euratlas and drawn by Christoph Nusli. The important countries are Wallachia, Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. You can see Wallachia is now where modern-day Romania is. But to first understand Dracula, you have to understand his father, Vlad II Dracul. He was the ruler of Wallachia, and under his rule, Wallachia acted as a buffer between the Holy Roman Empire and the Ottoman Empire, and he frequently changed allegiances between the Holy Roman Empire and the Ottoman Empire. The name Dracul actually comes from when he made an oath to the Order of the Dragon. Dracul means dragon. That was defined by Will Romano in his paper, Vlad Dracula, War Against the Turks. And he also defined that Dracula means son of the dragon. Dracul had three sons. Dracula and Radu were both given to the Sultan Murad II as peace offerings, which, after losing a war, Hungary blamed Dracul for the loss, so they had Dracul and his third remaining son killed, and they put into power Vladislav Dan II. That is a picture of Dracula. After Dracula's father was killed, he was released from the custody of the Sultan, but then immediately forced into the Turkish army. Dracula managed to influence the Sultan into attacking the capital city of Wallachia, Târgoviște, and the attack failed, and shortly later Dracula fled from the Turkish army, and he went to the Hungarians, in particular Hunyadi, a Hungarian war hero who was also the one who killed Dracul. And he asked for his assistance in killing Vladislav Dan II. Hunyadi denied his request and made a plot to kill the young Prince Dracula, which he ran away. But then Vladislav upset the Hungarians by becoming friendly with the Turks. So then Hunyadi sought out Dracula and offered his assistance. And in a raid on Târgoviște, Vladislav Dan II was killed, and Dracula seized power of Wallachia. Dracula, now allied with Hungary and, by extension, the Holy Roman Empire. But then, shortly later, Hunyadi and John of Capistrano died of the bubonic plague, which was a huge hit to the Holy Roman Empire and Hungary. So then Dracula needed to secure his power very quickly. So he hired a special type of mercenary called an arma, who would impale anyone who upset Dracula, which is where he got the name Kaziklu Bey and Zepesh. Kaziklu Bey was given to him by the Turks, and Zepesh was given to him by his own people. Romano defines either of those as Impaler Prince and Impaler, respectively. This is a picture of Dracula feasting while watching people be impaled. In 1460, Sultan Mehmed II began taking key fortresses along the Danube River, which runs right along the border of Wallachia. And because of this, Dracula stopped paying his tribute of 30,000 ducats and 500 young boys to the Sultan. And then in 1461, Dracula went along the Danube River, looting, pillaging, and killing everyone there. And records of the fight say that he killed 23,884 people. During the winter of 1461 and 62, the Sultan chose not to retaliate because of the allegiance with Hungary, although he did in later 1462 decide to go along the Danube and retake the lost territory. Dracula intercepted the army of the Sultan, but ultimately failed and was forced to retreat, and in his retreat he burned all of the cities that he ran into, poisoned the water, and killed all of his people, so the Sultan would have nothing to gain. And during their retreat, the Sultan's army was again attacked by Dracula, but he again failed and retreated to Tirgoviste. And Radu, Dracula's brother, was allied with the Sultan, and they came upon the city, and there was a ditch around the city filled with 20,000 impaled Turkish prisoners, which Romano described as a forest of the impaled. Because of this, the Sultan was retreated. Within a few months, Dracula was disposed from the throne and captured. Dracula's influence over Europe was he kept the Ottomans out of Europe, and he may have inspired the book The Prince by Machiavelli, and he also influenced pop culture because of vampires like Bela Lugosi, Gary Oldman, Christopher Lee, or even more modern takes on the vampire, all came from one man, Bram Stoker, who wrote the book Dracula, which is based on Vlad Dracula, although there are some people who believe that the influence was very small. So today I talked to you about the history and influences of Vlad Dracula.